Hi, Erin. Welcome to the podcast. Everybody, this is Erin Galyean, and she is the author of the book called Badass Advocate. And she's also written a journal that's called My Badass Advocate Journal, a 30-day journey. And she's got several different ones. And so we just wanted to give everybody kind of a summary of what the journal is, what it does for people, and the difference between the different ones. So Erin, take it away.
Well, first of all, thank you for this because I love this journal and I feel like when I explain it, people get it. But if they just look at it, they don't always understand. So this was born out of the last chapter of my book in Badass Advocate, which is called Use 5 R's Daily. And it's basically a morning routine for caregivers, or even if you're advocating for yourself, you could use this. Okay. And the idea is that when you're a caregiver, caring for another human being can be very overwhelming. And if you wake up in the morning and you jump right into your day, you may feel even more stress and overwhelmed. So what I decided was, I have a morning routine. Why don't I create one that is customized for caregivers and really to help them get through the day with some structure rather than the chaos that can happen when you just jump out of bed and go. So the 5 R's are reflect. So you want to reflect on your feelings and thoughts. And the journal will walk you through this. It's all also written in the journal. So here's a page I opened up and it says, here's a reflection question. How can I decrease my stress levels? Every day there's a different question. So the questions never repeat in the 90-day journal. And as you mentioned, there's also 3 30-day journals, and those are all different. So you ask yourself the question, it gives you space to write it. There is always a space for gratitude. I truly believe that it's really important to recognize what you're thankful for when you're going through any difficult time in life. The second R is review. So you want to review the calendar, the plan that you had in the past, what visits did you have with the doctors, what has happened. And there is space here, which you can use multiple ways, called the Daily Patient Care Plan. And that's also the next R, which is re-examine. You want to re-examine the patient's care. Is there anything that needs to be addressed? Maybe you need to get a second opinion on something. That can be written here as well. And then the 4th R is reevaluate. And that's reevaluating the support team. So I talked about how the number 1 principle in the book is build a support team. Well, maybe someone is burnt out, or maybe someone is sick themselves. Maybe you need to reevaluate who's supporting. Do you need to bring in someone else, a pinch hitter for the day or the week or whatever to bring some added support? Or as a main caregiver, do you need a break? Do you need to figure out a way to have someone else, a family member, a friend, come in and give you a break? So that's reevaluate. And then the last one is recharge. And recharge is not really done in the book necessarily, but it's all about recharging and getting ready for the day. That could be anything that fits your personality, your lifestyle. Do you meditate? Do you pray? Does exercise help you to recharge for the day? So these 5 R's are in the book, except for the last one, like I said, that you kind of do on your own, but this walks you through it. It's a beautiful book. That's the other thing, is that on Amazon, it doesn't do it justice. You can't see and feel it. But I have sold these in person and people snatch them up because they're like, oh, I get it and I love it. So this is the 90-day. And then I have these very colorful ones. These are the 30-day. So like I said, each of the 30-day has different questions. They also have quotes. So every time there's a question, I'll read a different one in this journal. This one says, how can I give myself attention? And the quote will always lead back to the question in case you get stuck. So this quote is, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete, by Jack Kornfield. So that, and then the question was, how can I give myself attention? So these connect. And this one's the blue one. Blue's my favorite color, so that's one is my favorite. And then this one's really popular, the pale. It's yours too, yeah.
No, red is mine. I said I'll keep it in mind, knowing you moving forward.
So pick and choose. And the idea between the 30-day was you can try out the journal for a lesser price than obviously the 90-day. And then if you like it and it's working well and you feel like you want more, then you can go get the next color. And they're in no particular order. So buy whatever color appeals to you. And maybe your care journey is a 30-day or less than 30-day journey. And maybe for some, it's more of a long-term illness. So then you have the option of jumping into a longer period journal. So that's the thought process.
What happens if it's longer than 90 days? Can you start over on them or?
Yes, great question. Absolutely. I mean, this is a lot of questions, right? And it's all about your feelings and thoughts. You could probably ask yourself the same questions every week, right? Because how can I be a better listener? We constantly should be asking ourselves that. That's just the question I just randomly flipped to. We can always improve, right? And we can always have time to reflect on our actions and time that we're spending with our loved one, or maybe things that need to be addressed while our loved one's battling an illness.
So how do people find you to work on things other than just your books?
Yeah, so I am on social media. So I'm on every social media you probably can think of: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And then in addition to that, I have a website. And on my website, I have resources on there. I'm constantly updating it and adding to it. And that's a great place to find me. And then I'm also a public speaker. So if anyone, works for a company or an organization, a nonprofit, and they need a speaker to come talk about patient advocacy, I'm your girl.
You definitely are. Well, Erin, thank you so much for sitting down with us and explaining your journals today, because I didn't know the difference. And so I am sure that this clarifies it for many other people that are looking for that extra support and having a journal. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. And I will list Erin's contact information, all of her social media links and everything else in her description of her journals up above. So everybody take care. Have a great day.